My future counselors with the name teachers, my hearty greetings to everybody over here. Before coming to this place, I knew a little detail about all the activities that SPANDANAEDAIF International Foundation have been doing and was really impressed. But as I reached this place, I understood the internal emotion that Mr. Shamil Reddy Garu is carrying out onto this event, onto this great cause, onto this great cause of empowering the students both psychologically and emotionally, and making we the teachers being the part of this particular change in the coming generations. So what I personally felt is I would like to congratulate on his great success of already empowering many students or many kids, especially with the schooling students as well as the graduate students, to withhold their emotions for a while for protecting their life as well as the family's life. So having a personal loss in his family, considering it, but trying to protect many other families for not bearing his loss is a really good thought that he has raised up to. So I am from NRI Institute of Technology, Agripalli. By qualification and profession, technically I am an associate professor belonging to the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. But by passion, I am a convener for career guidance cell for the same institution. So I have been working with the institution for over a decade. What I observed is the importance of career guidance cell, especially to BTech graduates. So while we inaugurated the cell, our main intention was to go with professional training or guidance that we provide to the students. After BTech, what do they do with their respective lives? If they have certain goals, how to pipeline them, how to guide them is what our main motto while we inaugurated that particular cell. But on working to that particular cell, what we realized is that I encountered many students coming with different kinds of problems, considering them as barriers to reach their goals. So many of those barriers are financial struggles the family have been facing through, as well as their inabilities that students consider they cannot reach their goals. So as well as issues with the family, maybe with the parents, or any other relatives, different issues with the family. So once I got to know the barriers that my students are especially facing to reach their goals, students get depressed at that particular moment itself. So what I consider the main cause, especially for the young generation to go for this extent of losing their life, is either taking risk or not being able to accept failures, right, and guilt. So if we are keen into these three words, there is a letter called I. So none of us here are exceptional to these three words. May it be guilt, may it be taking risks, or may it be failures. So what do we need to do is because it is part and parcel of our lives, right? So what we need to teach our students is nobody is exceptional to all these three words. So it is okay to take risk. It is okay to be failured, or it is even okay to be guilty for something that we already did wrong. But there is a lot of life ahead to go forward to reach your destinations or goals. So I realized then to teach my students, because I have counseled my students to overcome of all these problems, as well as there are situations where I invited parents also to be part of the counseling program to respect the opinions that students do have, if they are fruitful and productive. Likewise, even counseled the students. So I could totally relate here as a counselor, more of an associate professor standing over here by supporting the great cause of Mr. Shamil Reddy Garu. So along with this, I would like to add one more point considering the time constraint. So here I would like to represent myself as a counselor as well as a mother of 2-year-old. So talking about the second thing, it is the greatest responsibility I have to be raising a very good citizen into the society, right? Being into the profession, especially all of us here are playing a dual role as a parent and as a professional teacher, right? So professional teacher dealing with more number of kids, whereas as a parent we need to be teaching or training our individual children in the same way where they can be teaching the further society to whom we are not approachable. So my kid, I am really proud here to tell that 2-year-old who is not even done with his Aksharabhyasam have grabbed many of the national and international records. He have been entering into India Book of Records, International Book of Records, Kalam Book of Records. So he is the India Star Icon Kids Achievers Awardee, as well as he is also a Global Kids Achiever Awardee. So not yet done with the Aksharabhyasam, he didn't even start writing. So all of for his intellectuality. Since morning we have been listening to all the valuable things from the speakers, holding on all to the points. I would draw out one thing that every parent over here is facing is the screen time, right? So screen time, how can it be productive? I can tell you that, see, being into professional, we hardly get time to spend with our family. The same as me. My parents have been greater support to look after my son. So whatever the time I get for my son is only after 5 o'clock in the evening and before 8 o'clock in the morning. So during this time, I have made myself, if you believe or not, so I am into technical education. I do not have a television at home. I am not allowed to that, and even I do not allow it to my son. But I cannot take the exception of avoiding the screen time. How do we do that? So screen time is what I try to give him to learn whatever he wishes to do, but not in a single language. If it is a single video, watching multiple times, that is an addiction. Kid gets addicted to that. Whereas the same video in multiple languages is a learning. So which is what I practiced with my kid. So as he has been developing it into like the intellectual world. So one thing that I can tell you people over here is like the main key to overcome all these problems, like as we discussed, the 3 powerful words, failure, risk, guilt, is to have gratitude. Gratitude towards all that we have earned so far here, respecting our body that God has blessed with us with a healthy and strong mind, respecting with our surroundings, giving us a really good family. Third one, respect towards our abilities, whatever we have done so far and what we will be able to do in the near future. I incorporate all these values with my students as well as my son. So I can tell that even for the clothes that he is wearing today, he feels gratitude. A very simple example for a 2-year kid, which you will never expect. So he will be pulling out his own clothes, that is of his choice. He is an independent raised kid. So he will be drawing the clothes from the cupboards. So by any chance, if any of his clothes drops down, he says sorry to the clothes. So that is the, we can tell that in a simpler way, he doesn't even know whether it is a living object or a non-living object. But something that is covering his body and protecting his body, he is showing gratitude to that. So that is how I have been incorporating. So I am really happy with the outcome that I am enjoying these days. In the past 3 to 4 months especially, everything that he is going to receive, his gratitude towards that. And as all of us guest speakers discussed, we need to be friendly with the kids as well as with the students also. Friendly with the friendly in terms of age group. So I have a 2-year-old, I am a 2-year toddler at home. Likewise, I am dealing with 19 to 21 years students. I am 19 and 21 years person over there. So that is how, regarding the age group, we need to be friendly with them. Then only they get connected emotionally, psychologically. They will be expecting the same thoughts that are running in their mind from us and will be accepting our ideas. So concluding this, I really wish Mr. Shamil Reddy Garu that all these activities need to be taken forward, and see, me on behalf of my institution will be giving the support that is required at the times when you are organizing events in Vijayawada or any other Krishna district locations, that we extend all our inputs that are required to you, as well as service even to empower this nation. Thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity.